right. It's Not My Weekend podcast with your boy, Jerry G. What is up, everybody? It's Tuesday, September 26th, dog. Y ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo está mi gente? Ay, 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 mi gente. Mi raza. Ay, ay, ay. Mi pueblo querido. What's up, fool? That's dumb. Feeling good, dog. It's Tuesday, man. Well rested, dog. I took yesterday, Monday, pretty much travel day, dog. I came back from Salt Lake City. Had layover in Phoenix. It was chill mode, bro. And just happy to be home. Thanks for all the well wishes. Ay, ay, ay. I didn't post a lot in Salt Lake City, man. I was pretty zoned in, concentrated. Ay, ay, ay. There's not much to do out there, not much to see. I say Salt Lake City, but I was actually not in Salt Lake City. I was in a little town called Provo, Provo. I had never heard of this town. It's obviously in Utah. It's where BYU, the university, is at. It's a college town, and that's where they have the little theater. It's a studio where they tape dry bar comedy. So I talked to you guys about that shit last week. I was doing a taping for Dry Bar Comedy, and so I was there. They fly me in, they put me up, give me a little cash, and then it's like, all right, cool. So you can do this. This show's been around for a long time. I think for 4 or 5 years, and they got about 3 million subscribers on YouTube. So a lot of people watch these stand-up comedy sets. They're about 20 minutes, 25, and clean, 100% clean. And when I talk about clean, my goodness, bro, I think that's when I wasn't nervous about the taping. I've done a plethora of tapings. Ay, ay, ay. I've done too many tapings. Ay, ay, ay. This was a little different. This was different because obviously, it's not HBO, it's not Netflix, nothing like that. But what got me a little not nervous, but anxiety, was that they were very strict on the clean. For those of you who don't know, first of all, Salt Lake City, very Mormon town. And then if you go into Provo, hasta más, güey, se pasan de verga, güey, with is it LSD, Latter Saints dialysis or what, something like that. Latter-day Saints, LDS, Latter-day Saints of this and that. Mormon town, bro. Which people are nice and sweet, but I was googling Wikipedia and some shit, and there's also they get some bad rap. They get good rap and they get bad rap, right? I'm guessing like any other religion, but when you're around a religion you're not very familiar with, it can get a little intimidating. What I'm trying to tell you is that the whole little town of Provo is very, very Mormon. Now, when you think of Mormon, I went on a little rant last week about having multiple wives, which I'm still down with, and thank you for all the people who agree with me, which I'm down with. But honestly, it's not even like that no more. It's not like that no more, dog. They've changed their ways when it comes to that. They frown upon multiple wives shit, right? That's not, if you want to do that shit, you want to mess around with that, you got to go deeper into Utah, dog. Go into secluded places because those are hardcore people. They're not like that. They're not down with that. All right. But they are about celibacy and obviously, not, having sex until you get married and this and that, and religion comes first before anything else. Y la chingada, blah, 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 blah. Right? Whatever. It's all good. These are the guys that you'll see in the hood with the bikes and the little helmets and the tie, the book. I actually saw the Book of Mormon, the play. I saw that play on a date. And it's actually really good, really funny. But anyways, that's, the guys on the bikes, fool, with the little black pants. You've seen them in the hood, dog. So this is where they come from. They come from here. Most of them, they come from this area. And they go out to different parts of the world. Central America, South America, Mexico, pinche, obviously all over the United States. And I don't know what exactly they're trying to accomplish, but it's part of their thing, right? They have to missionary work. They have to do missionary work. I got to meet a couple of these cats. I got to talk to some of these cats, which were actually really cool because they actually were familiar with places like Huntington Park. You know, they said, oh, yeah, I've been out there. I've been to the South Centrals and the Comptons and the Bells and the Southgates and the Huntington Parks. I was out there. A couple of them were like, oh, yeah, we've went to that area. They talked about places they've been in, saw out there in LA, which is, I thought was really cool. So we were kind of like bonding. People were nice, what I'm trying to tell you, but they're very strict, fool. Like, here's an example. Like, when I was there early, you know, I was going over my notes, and there was a makeup artist lady, right? Young lady, in her early, like 20s, and she was putting my makeup on, and I was like going over my notes, and I said, hey, do you think I get away with the shit word? Do you think I get away with the word shit or ass or I forgot what the other one was, but I know I asked about shit and ass. And she's like, first of all, she like kind of froze, like, whoa. She didn't know how to react to just hearing those words. She kind of like stopped. She kind of like, I wouldn't say any of those words. Maybe the second one, but the first one for sure. And I'm like, which one? Shit? And she's like, yeah, that word I wouldn't even touch. The second word, it depends on you use it. But I wouldn't either. Like, she couldn't even repeat the words, dog. Like, she couldn't even and we were by ourselves. No one was around, dog. She didn't drop her guard at all. Very, very, like, into everyone there, bro. The TV crew, the director, everybody, all the camera crew, all producer, everybody. Very, you know, it made me, like, and you know me, I mean, when I get comfortable, se me salen los bad words, and I get a little this and that, so I was really worried about that. You could tell that they were kind of worried for me. Like, especially because how I talk, and I would drop a few, like, oh, yeah, man, that's crazy shit, dog. Oh, man, that's fucking dope. Like, I would say things like that, like, oh, that sounds dope. Oh, that's fucking badass. Like, just talking in general about little things here and there. Like, oh, the camera's going to be out there. The lighting's here. Oh, that's dope. Oh, okay, that's badass. All right, cool. That's fucking bad. Okay, I like that. All right, badass. Whatever the fuck I was saying, some little words will come out, right? And you could tell they were like pause and be like, uh-oh, we may have a problem here today. Like, they would look at each other like, ugh. And so, yeah. But with all that said, they were still fucking cool. Like, I would assure them, like, hey, man, I'm a professional. Like, yeah, I'm a little nervous. I don't do 25. I have to do 25 minutes. I usually don't do 25 minutes of clean. I do 10, 15 of clean. Up to maybe 20 if I stretch. But 25 is a challenge. They tell me 25 is a challenge. But I've been practicing. That's all. I've been practicing. I know I've taken out all the words that I don't need, all the bad words. I get it. I'm not a filthy comic. I don't talk about nasty things on there. I don't talk about like sex or stuff. I don't do that stuff anyway. My worry is that my set is about a vent. I'm venting about my children's. And with that vent, sometimes bad words will slip and come out, right? To emphasize my points. That's my concern. I'm not concerned about dropping fucking pussy and dick and nah, you know. I'm concerned about just the F words and stuff like that might slip out. And they do that. But I got this. And they're like, okay, yeah, no, I'm sure you're good. I'm sure you got it. I'm like, yeah. I wasn't. I was like, fuck, man. I was nervous, bro. I was nervous. That sense. And just being in that environment, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I was among a sea of white people, dog. Like, white people everywhere. 50 shades of pale. I mean, every, like, type of white skin you can think of was there, fool. And, yeah, again, I'm not trying to talk shit. Nice people, very kind, polite, this and that. But I'm always like, I know I'm different here. I'm not one of you guys. So I know I'm not as accepted as I think I am. Does that make sense? And I mean, I maybe saw 3 black people the entire time I was there. Maybe 3 black people. I mean, it was all white. Latinos, of course. Where do we see Latinos? In the kitchen, at the restaurants, bus boys, cleaning up the fucking tables. That's where I saw them, bro. That's the only place I really saw Latinos in, fool. But other than that, white people everywhere, dog. And I'm not saying they get intimidating. It's just different and out of my comfort zone. That's all it is, fool. I'm just out of my comfort zone, dog. And that's the problem, the issue that I have with some of these places when I travel. Like, I love going to these places. I love experiencing, seeing it, watching it. But it's not me, dog. I feel like out of place, right? It's like going into a house where you know you're not really welcome, but you're tolerated. That makes sense? And así es como me siento when I go to these places, fool. Which is why I don't post that much either. Like, I wasn't posting enough. Like, because I was just like, you know what? Let me just concentrate on what I got to get done here. And let's get this done, dude. I took my girl. I took my son, Nicolas. We did a little getaway with it. So it was actually, I'm glad I brought them. They don't really come out to any shows, but this is one show that I'm glad they came to. Because it helped me like just stay like, you know, on a cool chill mode, you know, the whole weekend. Anyway, so we shoot it twice. We taped twice. The first one, I didn't feel good about it, man. I did not feel good about it. The good news is that no bad words were even slipped or nothing, but that's why I didn't feel good about my set. I felt so watered down. I felt fake. I felt like it was not me, right? I changed a bunch of little words that I usually would emphasize it with a bad word, like, oh, shit, and oh, damn, oh, fuck, to like, oh, man, oh, dude, oh, man, oh, well. And it just didn't land the same to me. And, of course, and there's about 100 people in the audience, and again, one wider than the next. Just as wide as you get, one wider than the next. And that, of course, I have to like earn their laughter a little more, dog. Right? You look out there, people look at me like, "Ew, who's this brownie up there? Who's this brownie? What's he gonna talk about?" So it was hard. Another thing, I talk about pretty much being a single father, raising kids of my own, and all the 90% of the people, if not 99% of the people in the audience, are all happily married couples. You know, married people. They don't do the single father shit out there. They don't do the single parenting thing out there. They don't. Not in Provo, Utah. No. So that's another thing that was working against me, that I didn't really realize that until I was basically on stage. Like, I was like, wait a minute. There are no single parents out there, fool. Like, I saw all couples, old couples, viejito couples, young couples, college couples, all couples, even family, mom, dad, and kids, like 18, 19-year-old kids. Like, it was all family. So I'm up here talking about, oh, okay, my kids, and, you know, it's not my weekend, or whatever the hell I was saying, and you know, raising these damn kids by myself, and blah, blah, blah. It was just not relating, bro. I could tell it was not relating. But the bits are strong enough, funny enough, where I was able to extract, extract, you know, the jokes are good, bro, is what I'm trying to tell you. They're fine. But the laughs were not as genuine as they usually are. You know, and I think, honestly, the cameras are on, so people are a little nicer and just going to laugh just to laugh, maybe, also. But the point is, I never felt comfortable on my first set. Never did. I never felt comfortable on my set. The whole time, I was sweating more than usual, and I wasn't, like, I know, I got in my head. And my whole time I'm on stage, I'm like, don't cuss, motherfucker. Don't cuss, motherfucker. Don't cuss, motherfucker. The whole time. Every time I'm setting up a joke and I'm going to hit a punchline, don't fucking cuss, bro. And I didn't. I was really proud of myself with that. Really proud. So that's the first show. We did the first show. Again, not very well. Not very good. Second time around, second show, lighter audience. Once again, first show was at 6:30, guys. Sun is still out. People came out. It's a Saturday. People came out excited, happy to be there. 100 people, 110, 20. Excited, ready to go on a Saturday. The second show was at 8:30, I believe, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We had like a 1 hour gap for dinner and food and whatever. 9 o'clock. Less people. Maybe there was like 70 people there. Not as excited to be there. It's late now for them. It's a slow town. It's a quiet town. You know? So people, the energy wasn't there. The first show at least had the energy. And their energy is kind of like what kept me going. Like, jokes are fine, Jerry. Jokes are fine. You're doing fine. You're doing good. You're doing good. I wasn't. But in my head, that's what kept me going. Their energy, their response, their attentiveness kept me going. The second show, people were just more like, it's late. It's 9 o'clock. Ugh, oh, my goodness. We should be asleep by now. I got church at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Oof. That, I felt that. I felt that lower energy. And of course, it's called dry bar, ladies and gentlemen, for a reason. They don't have alcohol there. They don't have anything. They only have popcorn and soda and candy. That's it. Nothing. Not even coffee, fool. So, yes, it's a very, very sober audience, which I'm fine with. I almost would prefer a sober audience than a super drunk audience, pretty much. I can be more in control with a sober audience. Anyways, second set comes around. I've learned from my mistakes in the first round. I knew what I made. I knew what I did wrong. I knew, okay, this joke didn't work. That joke, I shouldn't have said this. This joke, let's try it this way. Let's emphasize this point on this joke, blah, 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 blah. So I was able to okay, cool. Fix and adjust some mistakes from the first set to the second set. So the second set, I got to admit, I felt a lot better. I felt more comfortable. And I shook it off. I'm like, Jerry, this is a fucking dry bar YouTube show, dog. Like, why am I even tripping? Why am I tripping so much, dog? Like, let's just get the job done here, fool. There's no need for me to be all like, I've done HBO, bro, twice. I've done Netflix. Come on. And I'm like, I was just psyching myself out. Like, I shouldn't be this stressed over a 25-minute clean set in fucking Provo, Utah. No need. But I was. I wanted to deliver. I really wanted to deliver. And I did better. I did better second show. Better. I got some strong laughs. I got lucky with a good little crowd of people who really were feeling me. They were like about a group of like 6, 7 people who were really giving me a lot of energy and laughing hard at the stuff I was saying. So I was really relating with them. I would look at them and they were just fucking laughing their asses off, and that kept me going. The rest of the audience, they would come and go. But they kept me going, and they kept me just punching through, and I felt good. I really felt good. Better than the first show. Not great. I don't think I knocked it out of the ballpark, not by any means, but I felt better. Because I don't know. We'll see, dog. Because you get, after this, you get paid off the views. You get paid off the views and tips. There's like tips, and the tips go directly to the comic that you tip. And so we're talking about almost over 3 million subscribers, dog. So I'm like, okay, at the very least, I want as many of these people to see me, dog. And that's all that matters. I don't care about the tips. I don't care about I want more people to see me so more people come out to my shows. That's all that matters, fool. And that's what we're doing it. And I appreciate it. I dry bar, and I respect it. The thing is that here's the other thing about this dry bar thing. I respected it, bro. I respect what they're doing here, fool. Like, I respect that it's a legit show with real camera work, a director, everything. And they're very careful about their brand. They're very careful about their show. They care about their show. They're very strict on the no profanity, no sexual innuendos, like very, very clean family fun. And you know what, guys? Talking to the other comedians that were there, cool people. One was from North Carolina, and the other one, I think, from Chicago or New Jersey. They were East Coast guys. Talking to them, I understood, yeah, this is important for us comics because we have to be able to work clean. It's clean. Working clean is very important. It's becoming very important to me. Now, it's very difficult. It's not easy for me, but it's a good challenge. Because I want to be able to, like, I want to cross over to TV more and just be able to do my sets anywhere I can. Anywhere. Without ever worrying about, oh, you can't say that. Or you can't do that. Or you can't, oh, you got to clean that up here. Without having to ever worry about that. And right now, I worry about that. Right now, I worry about, like, yo, I can't say that here. Oh, that can't be told here. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. All right? I should be better than that. I should definitely be better than that. But the experience was amazing. And I want to thank Dry Bar Comedy for this. Look out for it. When is it going to drop? I don't know. They said it takes a couple months with editing. It was cool. We did a photo shoot. We did a little promo drop. It was fun, bro. They're very legit. Very, very legit, dog. And I appreciate them. All right. Spotify for podcasters. That's what I use, bro. That's the hack, homie. It's very simple to use. Anyone could do it, dog. All in one place for free. Spotify for podcasters. And here's how it works, dog. Spotify for podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating content today, compa. Let them know, dude. Preach on, homie. See you on the top. Took a couple of pictures. I posted him. Nicolas was there. He got to see me, which is dope. He came to the show. My girl, too. And got some good feedback from them. Good and bad feedback. And, you know, all that helps, fool. All that definitely. Nicolas is just like, I'm not like that. I don't even have blonde hair and blue eyes. You know they are like, oh, God, Jesus Christ, please. Stop it. All right, man. Let's I'm gonna take a quick break right here, dog. Let's stop it. We'll pause it right here. And that was Dry Bar Comedy, Utah. Thanks for having me, y'all. All right, I'm back. Let me see here. I think I got some shout outs, some screenshots. I got like one or two. First of all, thanks for all the feedback from Jiffy Lube. Yeah, bullshit, right? Goddamn bullshit, dog. Let me see here. I got one. Oh, in fact, let's start with that one. Where's she at? Here we go. Here's one from the homie Chrissy from Chicago. Hey Jerry, wanted to tell you congratulations on the Dry Bar set. That is really awesome. I found out about some really funny people on that platform. Oh, so she watches Dry Bar and it's really cool, dude. I'm sure you will be successful with it. Also, I understand you 100% when it comes to the car insurance. I pay for myself and my 19-year-old to have full coverage on each of our vehicles. And now my 16-year-old has a permit. So my insurance is about $1,800 for 6 months. Ay. Anyway, and what we do for our kids, right? Take care. OMG. First of all, 19-year-old dog? Oh, shit. Heck nah, dog. When my kids are 18 and up, fool, you're on your own, homie. Grab a steak knife, go hunt. I don't give a shit. You're on your own. 18, dog, you better have a job, fool. At least part-time, dog. I mean, I'll help you with stuff here and there, dog. I'll treat a meal once in a while. But I'm not going to be like, oh, get on my insurance. I'll pay for this. I'll pay for that. Nah, you're a grown-ass man. Fool, I've been paying for my own shit since I was like 15 years old, dog. Dude, guys, I didn't grow up with money, fool. I didn't. And I know one of our goals as parents today is to not have our kids go through what we went through. I get that too, dog, which is why I do spoil these motherfuckers. All three of them. I do. But también, you got to draw the line somewhere too. También, no mames, güey. For me, it's going to be at 18 years of age. I don't know. I'm just talking shit right now. But I just remember when I was 15, dog, I had to buy my own car. I had to pay for my own insurance. Like, I had to pay for, I wanted fucking shoes. I had to pay everything. Yo solo, everything, bro. I hustled for everything I had. My parents didn't have much, fool. My parents didn't have much. I told you guys, I saw my dad's pay stubs back in 1993. You know how much dad was getting weekly? Weekly, guys. A week. Le pagaban semanal. Le pagaban $370 a week, fool. A week. I saw the pay stubs. And I was like, what the? Even for 1993, I thought that was a little bit. I thought he was making at least 500, 600 a week. He was making $370 a week, fool. What is that? What is that? A little over $1,000 a month. And my mom, she would clean houses. And I'll tell you guys these stories as well. She will go clean houses, spend hours in that fucking bitch-ass house. 4, 5, 6 hours. She detailed the fuck out of these houses. 4, 5 hours for $100, fool. For $100. Then out of those $100, she would spend like 40 of it on fucking cleaning supplies, dude. We would stop at a 99-cent store, Dollar Tree, and she would buy all kinds of rags. Some of the stuff, of course, she already had, but she needed a lot of this stuff for these gigs. So, she would spend a lot of money, fool. Yo pendejo iba con ella también. Me, my fucking 10, 11-year-old dumbass. I want a chocolate. I want a soda. I want some chips. Of course, right? Like a fucking idiot. So there goes that on top of that. I don't know how my parents did it, fool. I really don't. My dad had 2 jobs sometimes. One was paying him like $100 and something bucks because he was only there like a few days a week. And the other one was fucking $370, fool. Breaking his back, fool. Like hard labor, bro. Like hard. He came home with fucking blisters and cuts and bruises. Back braces, fool. He would go through back braces like, he had a new back brace like every 2 months because they would tear. Like, this motherfucker broke his back literally, fool. I remember one time he fell at his job, fool. And yo estaba grande, güey. Because I remember I drove to go get him. So I must have been at least 18. He fucking slipped and fell, fool. And they called me, well, they called us, and I went to go get him. I had to take him to the hospital to urgent care. And then from urgent care, they're like, yo, your dad has like all these dislocated discs on his back. And because he couldn't move his neck. It was neck. Dude, you would think, right? You see the commercials all the time. Oh, injured at work? Injured at work? No. But we're talking about it's the 90s, bro. We didn't. Nosotros éramos humildes, güey. Like, my mom and dad didn't want those kind of problems, fool. I was a little bit more woke by then. When I was like, I wonder if we can sue. Can we make some money out of this fucking shit? Because my dad was like climbing up fucking boxes to put shit away up on top of things. And he fell. He broke his fucking back. Like, and then my dad was like, no quiero problemas. No quiero. I remember bringing it up like, hey, shouldn't we like get a lawyer or something? Like, and even the doctors was like, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not here to say anything, but maybe you should look into like, how your dad's being treated at work. My dad's boss was a fucking Mexican, dog, from Monterrey, way. He was the owner of this little ass shop in fucking the Grove, right? He had inherited from the previous boss, white man Jew, who had retired, and he was gonna give it either to my dad or this guy. But my dad slept on it. My dad, the owner wanted to give the shop to my dad. My dad was like, nah, I don't know if I can handle that. I can barely read and write. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm good. Like, and I think the boss had asked him for like money. Like, hey, give me like $5,000, fool, and I'll give you this fucking shop, bro. You can take over it. I'm retiring. But the other fool stepped up. He was a little younger Mexican dude also, and he's like, I'll pay it. And he paid the guy whatever he had to pay, and he took over the shop. So he went from my dad's coworker, to my dad's boss, and he was a fucking asshole, bro. A fucking asshole. Dickhead, fool. To my dad, fool. But my dad loved that job. He was really good at it. He was used to it, basically. And so, anyways, this guy falls. My dad falls at work. I pick him up. He can barely walk. Take him to urgent care. Urgent care, like, he's got some dislocated discs. So they refer him to a chiropractor, fool. Right? At first, we were paying for all this shit, dog. We get to the chiropractor. You know how chiropractors are, fool. Oh, yeah. You got to come like twice a week. You're all fucked up. The chiropractor's like, you're all fucked up. You got to come like twice a week, 2-3 times a week. We got to adjust your back for like 6 months, dog. 2-3 times a week for like 6 months. And it was far. Not in HP. There were no chiropractors in HP yet, dog. I forgot where we drove, but it was outside of town to the big city. And at first we were paying for this. And I was like, why are we paying for this? And the chiropractor's like, yeah, why are you paying for this, dog? Yeah, you're supposed to get reimbursed. Your boss is supposed to pay for this. And I go back and tell the boss, and I'm like, hey, wait, que tienes que pagar, güey, que es por el chiropractor. And he's like, no, pues, ¿para qué está chingando? ¿Para qué está yendo? Ya está bien. Si tu papá ya está bien, he's fine. Your dad's fine, dude. He's walking, he's talking, he's coming to work. He's good. You don't need to be going to the chiropractor. I'm like, according to the chiropractor, he needs to go like 6 months. Like 6 months. Está exaggerating. That fool's exaggerating. You're fine. It's been like 2 weeks already. He's good. He's good. And my dad's like, yeah, I'm good. My dad's like, yeah, I'm fine. Let's just drop it. I don't need to go back. We never went back, fool. My dad would get mad at me because I would try and argue for him. And I'll be like, compa, que puedes, que la espalda le duele. Javier, ¿te duele la espalda? No, ya estoy bien, ya estoy bien. Tu papá dice que está bien. He's saying he's fine. I know he's saying that, but he's not. No, pero ya está bien, dude. Viene a trabajar. Si quieres salir otro. He goes, no, and then he would be like, this is how he would train him. He would train him like, oh, ¿sabes? ¿No te sientes bien? Vete a la casa. No regreses. Vente hasta otro lunes. But that means he's not going to get paid. He's not going to pay him. Vete. Si quieres, si no te sientes bien, go, leave. Descansa mañana, regresa hasta el siguiente día. And my dad's like, whoa, no. I'm like, ¿y le vas a pagar? And I'm like, ¿y se pagan esos días? No, mijo, si no se trabaja, no se paga. ¿Cómo crees? Aquí no estamos de unión. I'm like, oh, okay. What do you want to do, Dad? ¿Qué quieres hacer? No, yo tengo que trabajar. And he worked. And he never stopped working, dude. My dad worked weekends, dog. That fool never gave him a weekend off. That's when he needed him the most, on weekends. That was when it was busiest. Because he had all his family working with him. His wife, his brother. All his wife, everybody. My dad's like, todos pinches huevones, güey. No hacen nada. Them fuckers are lazy, dude. And they would get the weekends off. Oh, yeah. The wife not working on a weekend. The brother's not working on a weekend. Guess who's working on a weekend? Fucking dumbass, my dad. Oh, yeah. So my dad would carry all the load on weekends, fool. He would have only Mondays off, fool. And even that, they would still call him in. He would come Sunday, and my mom was like, okay, vamos a hacer mañana. Entonces, no, yo creo que voy a ir a trabajar, mucho trabajo. And he would just go back. He had no days off, fool. So, yeah, my dad was that guy. My dad would, I don't know, how do you get into this fucking rant? Oh, so, yeah, the rant was that basically that I saw this. So I experienced a lot of this. I knew that my parents were making a lot of money, dog. I felt guilty. I felt bad. I felt poor. I felt like a nothing. I did. So I would hustle. I would get a bunch of jobs at 15, 16. I had a bunch of jobs. I was working in high school. I was working in warehouses. I was working just jobs, fool, like anything to make money. I even sold some weed. Like whatever it took, I did, fool. I did. I broke into cars. I broke into houses. I broke into fucking fireworks stands. I did what I had to do, fool. Yeah. So, because I knew I didn't have much at home, fool. I didn't want to ask them. I didn't want to ask my parents. Whenever my dad or my mom gave me $20 for anything, I knew that was a lot for them, fool. I felt bad taking that money from them. But I also really wanted that shirt. You know, like, damn. It was a tough deal, bro. It was a tough deal. Just to finish off the thought, we never sued. We should have. One of my biggest regrets was that, not suing. But again, we would talk about it. My mom would be like, no, hay que meterlos en problemas de esos. Los abogados son muy caros y van a investigar. No, my dad's like, no, I'm going to lose my job. Me van a correr, and what am I going to do? And it was literally that, man. And yo, being a fucking idiot too, being 18, 19, 20, not being very highly educated or very aware of what the fuck is really going on with real adulting life, real world problems. I was still naive to a lot of that, where I wish I could have pushed back a little bit more and been like, nah, fuck that. We're gonna sue, fool. Even if we get $1,000, we're gonna fucking sue. But my parents were like, nah, we can't, fool. Like, I need this job, bro. Like, once we sue, I can't work there no more. What the fuck am I gonna do? That part. That part. Sucks, man. That's the shit we go through, bro. That's the shit we went through, man. And that's why I appreciate everything I have, fool, for real, dog. Even the little things, man. But yeah, thanks, Christy. Thanks for that. Here's another shout out. I think it's a new listener. Mellow Bubs at MELOBUBS_. Mellow Bubs. I screenshotted it. That's when I get your real name, fool. My bad. Let me see here. Let me see if I have. Hey Jerry, I literally finished your entire podcast from the beginning to the end. Damn, dog. I don't even know what number we're on, fool. We're up in the hundreds, dog. Thank you, fool. Me and my husband. Oh, you're a little lady. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a guy. Mellow Bubs. Me and my husband can't wait for second season of Tragos Amargos when it comes out. By the way, can we get a shout out? Evelyn and Raul. We can't wait till you get back to Chicago. That is right. I love Chicago, dog. And Chrissy was also from Chicago. It's a Chicago themed show. I'm originally from Southgate and Linwood. I love your stories when you mention those areas. It brings back my childhood memories. Gracias. Dessert. Thank you, Evelyn. Shout out to you and Raul. Let me see here. Thanks again, Jerry. This is an older message. Thanks again, Jerry. You did an awesome job. We really enjoyed your show. I think that's when I was in Chicago. See you next time you stop by. By the way, I was one of the ones who requested a Juan Gabriel on your Tragos Amargos podcast, and we noticed your Juan Gabriel episode is hidden on YouTube. It's all good. Can't wait for your... I don't know. I think I looked into that. I'm sure that was fixed. That's not supposed to be hidden. Okay. All right. Let me see what else is going on here. I think I'm good. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you what happened I forgot what. Let me tell you what happened in freaking Utah, dog. So as I mentioned, I wasn't in Salt Lake City. We're in Provo, and which is about 45 minutes away from Salt Lake City. And after I decided to bring my little lady and Nicolas, we obviously decided to spend an extra day there and spend the weekend and come back Monday. So with that said, I decided to rent a car. You know, the hotel and my flight was paid for. So I paid for, obviously, my girl and Nicolas's flight. And while I was there, I'm like, yo, let's get a rental. And which I rarely get rentals. I've done it maybe a handful of times. I'm an Uber guy. Just Uber to my hotel, to the show, come back home. But I rented a car this time, fool. From Hertz. And this has nothing to do with Hertz. It's not going to be another one of those fucking Jiffy Lube rants, fool. Just in general, rental cars. I went through Expedia. I use Expedia a lot. I use Expedia for my flights, for my hotels, and for this instance, for my car. So I rented a car through Expedia. Gracias a Dios, I did check off the $10 a day for insurance kind of shit. So that's the good news. The bad news is that, so we're driving on the car. I got a freaking Malibu. And you know what's funny about this is that when we got to the Hertz, they gave me an option, right? They're like, all right, you're getting a compact car, right? A small car. We have 3 available. We got the Honda Accord, which I drive. I drive a Honda Accord. Very familiar with it. We have a Toyota Corolla. These are all new ones, 2023s, 2022s. A Toyota Corolla or a Chevy Malibu. My least favorite was a Chevy Malibu because myself, I'm like, I'm not ever gonna buy a Chevy Malibu. Like, I'm never gonna buy one. The Corolla, I'm interested to see because I'm looking to maybe buy one for my kids. Maybe my girl might want to get one. Corolla's very reliable. They're very pretty. I want to see what the new one looks like. And the Honda Accord, I'm down for the Honda Accord because I'm familiar with a Honda Accord. I know how to drive a Honda Accord. I know how to use it, how to navigate it easily. So maybe the Honda Accord. So my first choice was like the Honda. I'll take the Honda Accord. My girl's like, nah, let's not do the Honda Accord. You have a Honda Accord. I go, all right, let's do the Corolla. I want to check it out. She's like, Corolla, aren't they small? Aren't they like little tiny cars? I'm like, yeah, they're small, but I mean, they're new. It's a new one. I want to check it out. She's like, nah, how about the Malibu? I'm like, yeah, it's a Malibu. I mean, it's a Malibu, dog. Like, and I go, okay, fine. It's a Malibu. I'm never going to buy a Malibu, so might as well drive a Malibu just to say I've driven a Malibu, right? I said, let's go with the Malibu. Fuck it. Try the Malibu. We have an actual discussion. I choose a Malibu. We get in a Malibu. We drive. Obviously, there's nobody there. They just give you the keys. The keys are in the car. They give you the number where it's parked. They give you the car. Get in the car. Now, yeah, some of you are already saying I'm fucking up here. You're supposed to look at the car, right? Make sure that everything's fine with the car, right? There's no cracks, dents, leaks. I didn't do that, to be honest with you. We were talking on the way to the car, talking, looking at where we're going, looking up the hotel, open the trunk, put the shit in our trunk, got in the car, turn on the car, put the navigation on, put on the address where we're heading to. Nothing. I mean, nothing. I didn't do a whole inspection of the car. First mistake. Real mistake. Get off the lot of the car. We leave the fucking place. We leave the airport. We're driving. I want to say maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour into our drive, I noticed a crack on the front windshield on the passenger side. I was like, hey, what is that? Is that a crack? She sees it. And it's about 6 inches, the crack. And she's like, yeah, it's a crack. I'm like, was that there already? She's like, it must have been. I'm like, huh. All right, I guess it must have been already there. And then my girl's like, should you call Hertz and let them know? I'm like, no. I don't think so, because we're gonna sound like guilty. Like we're gonna sound like, hey, we just noticed a crack in the shield. Like they're gonna be like, yeah, right, that you just noticed it. It probably just, you're calling to tell us that shit just happened, right? So I was like, no, maybe it was already there, and we got a car with a fucking cracked windshield. We got a car with a cracked windshield, and it's already partly in the fucking system that it's a cracked windshield on it. She's like, all right, you should call. I'm like, nah, I think we're good. Second mistake, right? Now, this is Saturday morning. We're not gonna return the car till Monday. So we're driving around, dude. We start noticing as the weekend goes on, this crack is getting larger and larger. And it went from it was probably originally 4 to 6 inches. And then it was from 6 to 10 inches. And then went from 10 to 12 inches at least. And I'm like, oh shit, this shit's getting bigger. Is it just me or that thing's getting bigger? She's like, yeah, that thing's getting bigger. I'm like, oh fuck. She's like, now should we call? I'm like, now it's Saturday evening, Sunday morning. Like, they're gonna obviously think it was just that we did it. No, man, fuck, man. Now I start freaking out. She's like, did you get insurance? I'm like, through Expedia? Like, not through Hertz? Hertz didn't even offer insurance. They just asked me if I'm insured. If I have insurance. I said, yes, I have insurance. I'm like, cool. What's your insurance? I'm like, Progressive. All right, cool. They put in Progressive on my insurance. They didn't offer, do you want extra protection, besides your insurance? They didn't offer it, which I probably would have declined anyway, right? Knowing that I already got some from Expedia and that I already have my own insurance. I probably would, anyways. Not that they offered, though. They did not. So then I'm like, okay, whatever. I did get Expedia insurance. She's like, but that's not Hertz insurance. I'm like, I know. Fuck. Sure enough, we returned the car on Monday. And I'm telling you, the look, as we're driving into the lot, there's people that were with clipboards. And let me tell you, that fucking girl's eyes just went wide open, straight to the crack, fool. Straight to the crack. She's like, whoa, what the heck? She went straight to the crack, straight to the car. She took her little fucking marker out and circled the crack and fucking put a little initial or something on it. Got out. She's like, whoa. It's like, I'm like, yeah, hey, that was there already. That was there already. And she's like, really? Huh? Let me see here. Did you inspect the car before you left? Did you report it before you left? I'm like, no. Honestly, we just noticed it as we drove out, but it was small. The crack was really small, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger as the weekend went on. And she's like, did you call and let them know? I'm like, no, I didn't call. And she's like writing all this shit in the clipboard. Yeah, I didn't call. We didn't use the car much. It was parked most of the time. So by the time we got back in the car, we just noticed it was getting bigger. And she's like, okay, so you didn't call. I'm like, no. All right, blah, blah, blah. And do you have any pictures of the car before you left the lot? Did you take any pictures of the car, of the car? I'm like, no. She's like, okay, blah, 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 blah. All right. Well, obviously we're going to report this, and you're going to have to sign here. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to sign it. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Like, it was there already. And she's like, okay, you don't have to sign. Signing does say that you're admitting to it happening. So go ahead and don't sign, but so write a note here of what you think happened. So I'm like, I noticed the crack 30 minutes into our drive. I noticed a small crack on the windshield. I figured it was always there since the beginning, so I didn't do anything about it. As the weekend went on, I realized the crack is getting larger and larger. And then that's how I just put period. I think that's how I put. So now you're like, okay, so now they're going to investigate, and they're going to contact you, and they're going to tell you what the fucking process is like. And I'm like, fuck, fool, what the fuck? She's like, did you get insurance? I'm like, yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, through Expedia. Oh, that's a third party. I'm not sure. You're going to have to figure that out with them. So if you didn't get insurance with us, then you're probably going to have to pay out of pocket, and they get reimbursed from Expedia. I'm like, oh, fuck. Are you serious? How much is a windshield? I don't know that, sir. We would have to get all that stuff before we call you. We have to get all the information before you call you. I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, no. I started stressing now, fool. I'm like, oh, no. Called Expedia, and Expedia were like, well, the good news is that you did check off the box. You do have the insurance. The bad news is that we got to see what the hell happened. We can't tell you we're going to cover anything until we figure out what happened, until we get the report from Hertz. I'm like, oh, okay. But you do cover windshields, right? We can't say that, sir. We can't say that we're going to cover it if we don't know what happened. Oh, okay. All right. You do cover negligence, right? And dumbassness, right? Sir, we can't tell you that until we figure everything out. We get all the facts first. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll wait for the report. We'll wait for a report, sir. Get back at us when you get it. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Have a great day. Yeah, you too. And that's what can happen, dog. Crack windshield. Let's see if anybody gives me any feedback on that. Give me some feedback on crack windshield, dog. Honest to God, guys, I don't think it was me. I mean, we literally noticed it within 15 to 30 minutes of our drive. And I should have fucking called. I should have even maybe come back. But yo de pendejo, thinking, I'll be fine. It was a little crack, bro. I'm telling you, it was like 4 to 6 inches. 4 to 6 inches. So I'm just like, and we just noticed it. We're like, I think that was there already. I think that had to be there already. It's like, yeah, that's the first thing that went to my head. It was already there. It was already there. It probably was. It probably was there, but it was probably a lot smaller before where it wasn't noticed. But when I got it, with my luck, of course, that shit just started getting bigger and bigger. And so, I'm fucked, guys. I'm fucking fucked, dude. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Just real quick. Pinche, I'm coming out to a few places. Dallas Hyenas, October 13th. Fort Worth Hyenas. Fort Worth, I believe, is October 13th. Dallas Hyenas, October 14th. Then coming out to Chandler, Arizona, Mic Drop Mania, October 20th and 21. San Antonio, we just added a date, November 3rd, not at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club. We're doing an event center and some little venue, like a banquet hall. All right? Working out the details on that. But November 3rd. But November 4th, we're doing Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, Roscoe's Comedy Club, Concrete Night, back together again for that weekend. Hopefully San Antonio as well. You don't know about San Antonio yet. All right? So, shows coming up. Bunch of dates, getting ready. Let's do this. I'm excited. And that's pretty much it for me, man. All right? Shoot me any shout-outs, any questions, any feedback. I appreciate all of it. Please share. Please let the motherfuckers know. I'm back. It's Not My Weekend podcast. Let's do this. I'm